So, very good morning to all of you. And today's topic will be there are some challenges in managing brands, there are some opportunities, what are the strategies needed. So, we'll be talking all about that. Okay. So, before I start my lecture, I will start sharing my PPT. Just give me 1 second. I'll start share my PPTs with you. And just one of you can unmute yourself and tell me whether the screen is visible or not.
It's visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so here we are. Uh, as you see, the topic for today is branding challenges and what are the branding opportunities? What are the various opportunities in this field? Okay. And what are the various strategies that are needed to make a brand a successful brand. Okay, so we'll be talking all about these things one by one. The first point is we are going to talk about the challenges. So when you know that a brand is built, okay, basically we have to go and provide customers our product, right? The basic aim is to provide the product to the customers, and we have to understand what type of experiences they have once they start using the product. A strong brand is always a promise. It is like a promise of delivering the best thing available to them. Okay, and always a strong bond creates a bonding with the customer. So what happens, we earn their loyalty. They are loyal to us when we are showing them our brand value. They become our loyal customers. So we have to keep up to it all the time. It's not that after a certain time we can uh, uh, make our product less competitive, and we can make do some adjustments here and there, compromise on something, some quality. So we cannot. These are some challenges that we have to always keep our things up to date. Okay, because customers, they expect, once they have a loyalty, they always expect the same or the better thing. Nobody will compromise on something which is substandard, because you have earned their lifetime loyalty. So it is the duty of the brand to serve them also. Okay, so first challenge is that sometimes the product, they become obsolete. You know what is obsolete? That means out of date, which are no longer needed. So it becomes the it is a challenge for the brand to never make its product obsolete. That means it has to come up with so much of innovation. Something, if something is not working now because of technology, because of technology, there are a lot of changes that has happened. Earlier things which were very much in demand, they are not now. For example, you are aware of certain things, like for example, the types of cameras that we had 30 years back, we now don't use them because each and every phone has got a camera. Okay, but still professional people, they go for Nokia and other, no, sorry, what is that, not that, what's a big Polaroid cameras, and there are other cameras also, Nikon, sorry, Nokia, I was saying Nokia, Nikon cameras. So they are not much in demand as it were earlier. Okay, so the successful, even the most successful brands, they become obsolete after certain time, because there is lot of innovation in the technology, lot of every day everything is changing. at a very, very fast pace. Earlier, it was not so. You see, every month there is something, some or the other new model of a phone is launched. Okay, some new app is there. So how much is there for the customers to choose? So what the brand they have to do, they have to keep themselves up to date. They have never to render their products obsolete. So the first point is obsolescence. That means never keep your, that means you are no longer needed. Okay. um, there is a book called Who Ate My Cheese. I would like all the brand management student, all the management students to read that book. Who Ate My Cheese? Okay. Then for it, I gave the example of Polaroid camera. You remember it was 20-30 years back. They were the instant cameras. Okay. Now it is not Polaroid is just a filter option in the glasses and sunglasses. All right. So or on the smartphone photo app. That's it. Uske alawa they have become they have their zero existence. Okay. For example, I can give you one more example is uh, earlier you had to go and watch the movies in the theaters. That means box office had really good, impact on people. Now we don't use that. We use Netflix. All right, the movies are available online. Okay, and even you get the theater type of atmosphere in your house. Nowadays everything is so easily available. You can create a home theater. All right, so these things are now a pass. Nobody goes, they still go because there is another charm in going and seeing movie in a theater, because people who are old, they still have, they live in that era, and they like to go, because that going there and socializing, though even you don't socialize with other people, but seeing movie in a theater has a different impact. But then there are options like Netflix. So if any movie banner says ki I don't want to be part of Netflix, then they are going to be at loss. So what they have to derive a balance between both the things. They have to make a box office launch also, and also on the Netflix, so that according to the taste of the people, if the people they are interested in going to the theater, they will go to the theater. And if they are interested in seeing the movie on a Netflix, it should be available to them. Right now Ola and Uber also, see, Kali Pili taxis that used to move in Bombay, they are still there. People still go by them. But since they were creating lot of problem, like for short distance they were not ready to go, and then they were not maintaining their taxis very hygienically, and ACs were not available in most of the Kalipili taxis. So all these Ola and Uber, they took over, and getting a taxi booked on your phone itself was not happening with the Kalipili taxi. That means you have to stand on the road and just wave, keep on waving till one of them stop and ask you where you want to go. So, but even now, Ola and Uber, they have also started facing the same problem, because they also cancel the trip in case it is a short distance trip, or it depends on the whims and fancy of the driver whether he wants to go to that direction or not. So all these challenges are still there. That means there is still more hope. There is still more scope. All right, for other brands to come in, or these existing brands to fill that challenges, because people have already started complaining against Ola and Uber also. So that means obsolescence should be taken care. That means agar Ola and Uber will not do something, some other person will come with another app like that. And if they serve better, initially all those companies, they serve better, and eventually what happens? They all, become run of the mill type of situation ho jata hai. So next point that I want to talk here is what is another challenge for branding. Another challenge for branding is the intellectual property right. Intellectual property right infringement. What does that mean? Basically, brands needs protection. Why do they need protection? Brands, they need protection because anybody, why do they need protection? They need protection against their trademarks, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And और किस चीज से प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए? कॉपीराइट्स, right? What else? Come up. Let me see. Their design concept, right? Somebody may copy them. Patents. What else? So all these brands, they need
Name.
protection. Name, yeah, name of the brand also, definitely. Logos, इसमें सब कुछ आ जाएगा. Designs, name, logos, patents, copyright. All right. So, and these are the all intellectual property rights. ठीक है? That is why I said intellectual property rights. I never said the other thing. That means intellectual. All these are, they can be copied easily. Rest is the product. Okay. Product also, they are copied. Okay. But for example, I'll tell you an example of which is given in the book also. Napster ka example diya hua hai. Napster. Okay. Napster was originally, it was a peer-to-peer file sharing service. Okay. That allowed user all over the world to use the files. They can share the files, they can use the file. But eventually what happened, though it was a very, very nice service given to the customers, but eventually the company ran into some legal battles with the other companies because of copyright infringement, because people started sharing certain contents which were copyrighted. Okay, so which the company actually got into trouble. It was the user's fault, but then company Napster got into legal troubles because in that platform people were sharing all those copyrighted things also. Okay, so Napster then was forced to cease its operation and had to file the case of bankruptcy work. Okay, Napster's brand logo were eventually, they were taken over by Roxio. I don't know if you remember this because ये थोड़े पुरानी बातें हैं, 2011 और उसके 2008 and 10, yeah, approximately that time, 2008, 9, 10, 11. ठीक है? So Roxio ने क्या किया? It rebranded it as a Napster 2.0. Okay, it rebranded it, rebooted the same company, and then which was purchased by the Best Buy. It was bought by Best Buy later on. Okay, so Napster brand was given a new life, and now it continues to operate today as a Spotify competitor. So this is what happens most of the time. This is one example. You can go to the Google and you can, there can be a lot of cases that you can do, case studies on intellectual property rights. Do that. Okay, this is one example. You can find some more because you should be well aware, since you are in the management. This that means you should be aware of what is happening all around. Okay, what are the different companies that has got into this, so that you are you don't get caught into the same situation, because you will be shouldering so much of responsibility on yourself. All right, next point is, let me erase all these things, then we'll go to the next point. The next point says that excessive competition is another challenge for a brand. Why? As the name suggests, इसमें बताने की कोई बात ही नहीं है. As the name suggests, excessive competition is there nowadays because there are a lot of products. because of technological revolution. Then there is a lot of product categories nowadays. You go to the market and you find n number of things. So it is a challenge for any brand to survive in such excessive competition. Even the giants, they fall prey to these types of competition because brands come with a price. And nowadays people, they want change all the time. They want every moment, they want to have a change. They don't want to invest 4,000 on a Levi's jeans because they want to wear a different jeans every day. So, and those people are coming up with the almost similar qualities. So what happens? The German company example, for example, Deutsche Post, which is also known as DHL, has not been able to compete against its major competitors like FedEx, UPS. So what happens? DHL eventually forced to close the doors on for its services, and it had to lay off more than 15,000 employees. DHL की बात कर रही हूँ, आप इसका भी केस स्टडी करके देख सकते हो, because I am going to, in this class I am not going to give you detail. आप जाके गूगल पे you can do that search, make a case studies. जितना आप केस स्टडीज करोगे, that will be beneficial for you. Okay, now what is DHL doing currently? It has international shipping operation in several locations, okay, throughout the US. Now for next example is, if you remember in 2000, I think 6 onward, एक फोन आया था, BlackBerry. Everybody wanted to buy that phone. Everybody wanted to have that phone. Then Nokia was a name at that time. Now nobody ask for them. Yes or no? They lost because there was excessive competition. Apple came, there were other Chinese products, they came, Samsung came, there were so many other phones that just exploded in the market. So these companies, they cannot be seen anywhere now. And then next point, excessive competition may again you can include price war. There is excessive price wars these days. It happens with small level businesses also, and also the big giants. Even with the big giants, just you reduce the price and then there is a price war, and people, they always want to save. Even if want to save a single penny, they would definitely want to go for that. So price war has actually led to the extinctions of many brands. Okay, uh, when you see, um, there was a computer company called Compaq. Okay, so and it used to sell all those computer related product, but it was very pricey. Okay, because it was the first company to legally reverse the engineer of IBM. Okay, so what happened? It it rose to heights in the years 1990. But later on, what happened? They were the largest suppliers of computer accessories. But later on, it it because of price wars, it lost its competition with Hewlett Packard and Dell. कितने सारे नए आ गए, ठीक है? So now you don't even hear the name of this company, Compaq. So maybe in future we don't know whether we'll be able to hear the name of HP or Dell or not. So it's all the time, it's always a war time with the brand. You cannot sit idly. All the time you have to look for something to make your brand survive. All right. So this was it. Now next point that I want to talk about is, one second, let me clear all these ink marks. Then next point is changing business models. All the time you see the business models, they keep on changing because, why? बिजनेस मॉडल का चेंज होने का रीजन, फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे आपका कोडैक का था, Kodak was basically a photography industry, photography brand. ठीक है? No, it failed to keep up with the times of digital photography. Changing business model. Digital photography में नहीं करने की वजह से what happened? It lost. Okay, now finally what it had to do, Kodak has to sell its equity to Apple, Facebook, and किसको और बेचा था इसने, Google, because it was not able to, it did not actually, it was not able, because when the time was right, it did not switch to digital photography, and by the time it realized that then it was too late for it. So changing business model, you have to keep an eye on that also. Okay, so it afterwards it then emerged from bankruptcy so that it can continue its work, not in the photography, in the digital photography, but now it had to switch to packaging, printing and graphic communication. ठीक है, so that means जो उसका niche area था, it was not able to survive in that because it did not keep an eye on that sharp eagle eye on the changing business thing. So timely change is also very important, though it realized later on, but by the time it realized, it was already too late. So now it has to only be happy with packaging, printing, graphic communication and other professional services, though it was a giant at once upon a time. Okay, now the next point that I'm going to talk about is another challenge that is faced is from advertising to sales or promotion. But before that, I will also talk about online shopping. So brands nowadays, what has happened? They are available all the time and from all over the world. It's not restricted that in case earlier, I remember when I was very young, I used to tell my dad to get things from abroad because those things were not available. Even there are certain things which are not available in India nowadays also, but still you can go online and do the shopping. At least that facility you people have. In our days, we never had those things. Only we used to wait for our relatives to come back from, UK or USA, so that we used to send them a list of things. These things, please get these things for us. For example, there were so many brands of perfumes, cosmetics, because I remember I was more interested in cosmetics and other, fashion things. So those things were not available. Marks and Spencer was not available, right? Mango was not available. Fendi, these perfumes, all these things were not available that time. Now everything, even if you don't find their stores in India, at least you can go online and get the things done. Get it on your doorstep. So if brands, they don't change in this case also. So information, interaction in the real time now has changed, and in case the brands, they don't go in the same line, they are going to face the same challenge. They are going to extinct. So now brands have realized that they also need to open up. If they don't want to sell their products on the other, retail, what do you say, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, and all, at least they have come up with their own online sites, which are, which can be, trusted, because they, from Amazon, if you want to buy a certain product or a brand, it may be a fake brand. Somebody may have a copy thing or something. Okay, so you cannot trust, because these are the retailers who are selling, and those retailers, we don't know from where they're getting those things. But if you are going to, for example, give me a name of a very good brand. For example, you are going to Adidas site and getting things from there directly. That means there is no chance of that you will get a wrong item, because it's coming directly. So online shopping has to be taken over by all those brands, otherwise they are going to lose their market. Because nowadays, everything is available at very good price, and people always want to have a change, they want to flaunt different things. It was earlier that in I remember when our parents used to go for weddings and all, my mother used to wear one banarasi sari in most of the weddings. Nowadays every occasion has to be a different occasion. Okay, so this you have to understand. So that means brands, they have to go online. Next challenge is that, which I said in before that, shift from advertising to the sales promotion. See, sales promotions, they generate quick short-term results. Okay, though advertising, it is viewed as a long-term branding investment, but sales promotion, they always attract more customers. Okay, and most of the time the brands, they have to go, because this is a challenge. In case they will not do this, they cannot altogether put a full stop on advertising, but time to time they have to do sales promotions also. Okay, so that way they can attract the customers to their shop. Okay, after understanding this challenge, then there is a challenge of sophisticated buyers, or there are people who are, why we call them sophisticated, because they are well informed, they know what is available where and what price. So this is one of the challenges nowadays, because internet has also made these things very easy for the customers, for the buyers, because they just go google it and they get the whole information. They don't have to even run helter skelter to get the information like earlier. So nowadays each and every buyer is a sophisticated buyer, because we, before buying, we always search it on the internet. We also get related products also, we can compare the prices also. So we, as a we are not only sophisticated buyer, nowadays our doctor says we are also sophisticated patients, because before we go to the doctors, we we start telling them these are the things, and no, I think this is the medicine, because internet has made us like that. We all have become masters, because we, even if you don't know ABC of something, you go to the internet, you go to the YouTube, at least you will get the knowledge on that topic, and then you start talking like a professional, right? So we don't have to go from one shop to another shop to understand the and use the brand, because now we get in information via reviewed products also. People, they start giving reviews. So when you read the reviews, you get to know what people, they have their opinion about the same, right? So we have become more sophisticated in terms of our buying habits, because we are very well informed. So this is one challenge, big challenge for the branding company. All right, they have to keep their product so nice so that the reviews are also nice. Okay, now moving ahead, what are the opportunities for branding? What are the opportunities? See, brand will always be important given their fundamental purpose. What is their fundamental purpose? Basically, to identify and differentiate among the products and services. Now, good brand, that makes the life of people easy, because you save time, you save, hassles going here and there. You just keep your mind, you have a lifetime loyalty towards something, so this is going to work for us. Okay, it makes it easy and better. But if what happens if somebody else tells you, okay, no, you had been using this brand for so long, but why haven't you changed? Because there are certain other things available outside this brand which are better. So then you have to open your eyes. Oh my God, these are there. So people who are loyal to the brand, that satisfy their expectation and deliver the, expectation and the promises that the brand is giving them, then the people will be very, very attached to that brand. The, What are the opportunities from technology? Can anybody tell? Branding में what are the opportunities from technology? See, technological innovations are happening every day, every moment, right? So they are, brands are now, brand marketing people, they are now trying to take advantage of technology. For example, I'll put this opportunity from technology. Brand marketing people, they want to take advantage of technology so they can be more competitive against their rival. How they use, technology is already, you don't have to waste a lot of time, you get everything uh, in a jiffy. All those information that you need from your competitors, you get it. You don't have to, physically go and get this thing, though there are certain programs where, it is always mandatory to be, go physically and then test the brand, though that is also important, because sometimes the reviews are given are false. Then in that case, what happens, you have to do it. See, online things, they do help, but you cannot replace them altogether. Okay. Now technology is reducing the lead time needed to respond rapidly to the changing customers, and and minimizing any delays in the supply of chain. Next opportunity for branding is maintain brand position. Now, tell me, because it is, you know, people, you have to come up with innovations so that you maintain your brand position. Uh, keep on, creating new ideas so that you, people will always have, for example, if Cadbury was a company, huh, Cadbury, it it always took care of the daily requirement of essential vitamins and minerals for the growing children. Now the company setup has a connection with Bonvita Nutrition Center. So when this happened, in term of its positioning, the brand was earlier Cadbury, Bonvita was earlier uh, associated with the taste of the milk. You see old advertisements of Bonvita. It always said ki taste, the milk tastes better with Bonvita or something like that. Now they don't do that, because now they have positioned themselves in a way to say that the nutritional value of the product has changed by adding Bonvita. Okay? So this is called repositioning from taste to nutrition, because there are a lot of opportunity available here, lots of opportunities. By positioning yourself in a better way, you are able to generate better revenues. Next is the online presence. Again, what is the online presence? It's simple ना, मैंने अभी पिछले वाले में भी बताया. Challenges, see what is challenge and what is opportunities. Challenge ko, if you work on it, it becomes an opportunity. Definitely, when you are establishing your online presence, what are you going to do? You are going to showcase the people that things are available, and the not the fake things. That means your brand is now online and people can come directly. For example, IKEA has its retail showrooms in Hyderabad, in Navi Mumbai, and now it has recently opened in Parel. But it has also its online presence. Okay, so why it has done that? Because IKEA knows, IKEA is a German base. Have you ever been to IKEA, which is just opened recently in Mumbai? And Hyderabad, I think it opened in the year 2019, I think so. So IKEA is a German-based furniture fixing company, you get all everything under that one roof, anything related to the household things, from beds to cupboards and decorative items. So why did they go online? So they have opened 2 3 stores in India, and they also have the plans to open many more stores. They go online because they know people who know this brand IKEA. It is difficult for them to get those things from abroad because these are heavy items. From abroad, if you tell your relatives, he can get you a perfume bottle or a t-shirt or something, but to get a cupboard from abroad is not an easy thing. Hmm? So when they have opened few outlets in India, and they also have online presence, people who are aware of this brand, they will order it online. And there are certain distribution centers like though Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and other first tier cities, they do not have the IKEA showroom uh, in their cities. But what happens, at least those things can be shipped to those places, right? So these are the opportunities available. At least have your online presence. Next is, there are people who are brand ambassadors. There's so many people, and you are all aware of them. Amitabh Bachchan, from Deepika Padukone to Ranbir Singh, Ranbir Kapoor, they are all, they get associated with the brand because they know that their face, their stature, they carry something. Okay, so branding is more important to employees than to customers. Okay, so empowering employees to be the brand ambassador can be great opportunity for branding. जरूरी नहीं है कि you have to really go to the um, big celebrities. So empowering the employees to share their enthusiasm for the company is the best way of getting a best brand ambassador. And how do you make them as a brand ambassador? Anybody who talks about somebody, abhi Amitabh Bachchan talks about which jeweler that is,
Kalyan.
he talks, ha, Kalyan Jewelers. So he talks about Kalyan Jewelers, okay? But he's a brand ambassador for that. But if you go to that Kalyan Jewelers, and if you find some employees who is so excited to sell, definitely that excitement will run in your blood also, because that passes from him to you because he's so enthusiastic. But if you see employees, they are dull, okay, and they're not responding, they're just okay, so you also feel that there's nothing great in this brand. So people, rather than though it is also important to go for celebrities as a brand ambassador, but it is also important to make your employees as the brand ambassador. Pep them up, make them happy, so that they are always overexcited about their brand. Okay, you should always be, you know on on a high, you can say, okay, to talk about the companies they are working for, right? Next point is leveraging the networks of the most satisfied customers. ये मैंने पहले भी बताया था. What is that called? Basically, when you make a community, right? So here also you are trying to make a network of the most satisfied customers. Customers who are satisfied, they definitely becomes the brand ambassador. They do the publicity, word of mouth, right? So just like employees, satisfied customers, they can also have a huge impact on the rating of the brand. Okay, so this is it. Companies should channelize the happy customers feedback, reviews, okay, and they should put forward their testimonials. Nowadays companies, they put the photographs of the happy customers. So customers also, they feel happy that they are getting recognition. Sometimes the happy customers, one of they choose the customers out of a lot, that although it is a lottery type of system, but then that makes the customers feel they are not ignored. So basically making the customers as their brand ambassador. Okay. um you can they then there are referral points also. Sometime, from satisfied customer, when you say, if this customer is very satisfied, you have to tell them, if you will refer our product because you are very satisfied with us, so you refer this to your friends and family, in your family circle, and we'll give you the referral points. Okay. So that way also you can create more opportunities. That is also a way of branding. Now, brand consistency. What does that mean? Okay, I may lose the track of time because when I deliver my lecture, I don't even look at the watch. Well, see, 11:50. That means we still have 6 more minutes. I usually keep a alarm on my side. Anyways, we have 6 more minutes. So we'll finish this topic. Brand consistency means um, the brand must, according to the changes in the condition of market, whatever is the new thing, brand should be consistent with those changes. It should come up with the new innovation all the time. That means brand should be consistent with, it should be consistent itself with changing with the time, with the need of the customers. Okay? It should adopt, it should evolve all the time. So in that manner, it should maintain its consistency. It should not lag behind. Okay. And it also has to maintain maintains its consistency in keeping the focus and positioning of the brand. Because once you lose, जैसे Kodak का हुआ, don't one should not land into the same situation again. Okay. So फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इसमें आपके बुक में दिया हुआ है ब्रांड कंसिस्टेंसी का एग्जाम्पल, जो अमूल गर्ल आता है ना, अमूल बटर, सॉरी, अमूल बटर. सो उसमें जो गर्ल आती है, it always has a she always gives something with the current affairs, and there is always a tongue in cheek type of humor in that. Every time you see, if you see a banner on Amul butter, it that girl is, she's saying something which is relevant to the current situation. So this is also called, comes into the category of consistency, because people look forward to that. Though if it does not appear, it is not going to make a lot of difference to the people. But since brand, Amul is a brand and it wants to always show its presence, so that is why it keeps on giving those things. So for example, if you have a coaching center, I'm just giving you an example, like coaching centers हैं, उनका एक बहुत अच्छा brand बन गया है. Now they have a habit of sending one question to all the bright students. So now they have to be consistent in that. Every day it should go without fail. That is called consistency. Okay. And when you maintain this type of consistency, you always maintain your presence in the customer's life. That means your presence is felt all the time. All right. Now, moving ahead, we can talk about this tomorrow also in detail. There are strategic brand management processes, and Kevin Keller, he has given 4 principles of 4 steps basically to market the program, to design the program, to implement the program, so that you can, for brand management process. Okay. So we will be talking about all these steps and the key concepts involved in these process tomorrow, because it is going to be a detailed thing. So I don't want to start, but I just gave you the introduction so that it will be easy for me to take it forward from here tomorrow. All right. So that is all for today. Um, if I have missed out on anything, just let me see my notes. If I have missed out on anything.